Okay, so it's time to resume something I've been putting off, not because I couldn't get this mask, but just because it's a horrible job to do. But the mask has come. This is what we've all been waiting for. It had to come from the US and it came in a package with these two filters, which are P100, the best protection you can get. And there's another spare set of these as well. So I tested this out yesterday, cutting some MDF, really good and worth the money. So this is a 3M mask. It's large because I've got a big head, and the model number is 6900. So for now, I'm going to get dressed to sand these doors. And I can wear these clothes again tomorrow, if I need to. So I've got 3 weapons of choice. The orbital sander, Matthes, little triangular one for the corners, and then the belt sander. The old faithful red belt sander. So yeah, anyway, let's crack on. So haven't got very far. And the bad news is the belt sander's given up. So, what I'm going to do is take it to the shed and maybe blow it out with the compressor. So hot. And then see whether that helps. Otherwise, I'm not sure what we're going to do. One step at a time. So yeah, no good with the compressed air in the belt sander. Hasn't even done that much work, that thing. So yeah, might just let it cool down. But reality is, if you let it cool down, it works again, and then it'll heat up, and then it'll probably fail again. So not ideal. So I'm just going to try and hit it with the big orbital sander, and it's going to take longer, but in the meantime, while the belt sander cools down, it might be just worth doing something better than nothing. So. So I think what could be an option with this, because if it's not one thing, it's another. First, the belt sander died. Then the orbital sander, the pads keep sliding off the actual Velcro. So I can only get that off the surface with the belt sander. But what I'm interested to know is whether or not if I put the stain on there across the parts that are darker, whether or not it blends in. So I did a little patch up the top there and it looks okay. So we might, before we go too much further and spend too much time on sanding, we might just try putting some stain here and some stain here and seeing how it blends in. after it dries a little bit as well. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we've made some consultations and the directive at this stage is to lightly sand it back with the orbital sander. We sort of get that blonde sort of slowly coming through, and then we think there's going to be a paint colour chosen, and then we're going to go over the whole thing. So anyway, it's not my decision to make, I'm just doing the work. So yeah, we'll just proceed as directed for now, and I'll keep you updated. So that was a fun day. Bit dusty, but yeah, look at my clothes. They're like no dust. It's great. As for the white hazmat suit, pretty dusty anyway. It's all there waiting for me to go. As for the sit rep or progress update, I've pretty much done 2/3 of this door. Just got to do that top section, and then we can move to the outside. So yeah, to be continued tomorrow. All right, I think I'm a little bit vibrated out, so that wraps up the sanding for the inside. Just to give myself a break from the vibration. What I've done is I've removed the old handles, cut a length between rail and just fitted some spruce in there, and then drilled a hole through to the other side and just brought it in a little bit because it was a bit too close to the edge, especially on this one. I've put double handle on this one because this one's going to be used more. And yeah, same deal, bit of spruce spanning between rail to rail, and then just some threaded rod with some nuts and washers. And once that's all clamped down, it should be good. So that's done. I'm just leaving them standing in them off a little bit now, because when this gets treated, it's just going to be a bit easier. But for now, it's time to sand the outside. So it may actually look like this suit's a bit of overkill, and on the video it may not look like there's much dust, but you have to just trust me when I say that there is. And the mask is doing an outstanding job. You can see the layer. I've already cleaned that multiple times. It's doing an outstanding job though. So anyhow, finished this door. It's going to be painted now, so it's no need to blend anything in or go too hard with this section to try and blend it in with that section. But it's all flat and just needs to be cleaned. I'm just going to use some white spirit to clean that. Steve My mean man has cleaned the inside of both of these. I'm just going to have to do the outside. So now all that's left to do today is just sand this one back, similar to how I've sanded that section there. Just get rid of the top surface of muck, I guess. And then yeah, it'll be ready to paint. So paint's been ordered. So let's see when that arrives and how much we can get done. Okay, quick word on the handles. I've added a handle to the inside because the latch is on the inside, or the drop bolt. And it makes sense when you release the door with that, you can pull the door across with the handle. Extra handle on the outside because this door gets used more and I had a spare one. No need to have one there, but I've got one on the inside for the same reason as this one. Otherwise, we are fully sanded, just got to wash off all the muck. The rain might do that for me though. Yeah, and in terms of the treatment, the doors are now being painted. So priority being inside. This room's being turned into some sort of dining area of sorts, I'm not sure. So we'll get the inside undercoated tomorrow, hopefully. We'll see what happens with that. The main paint colour's been ordered. Not sure what colour it is or when it's coming, so we'll just wait for that one. Otherwise, nothing else to report on this one. We're looking good. Sanding's done. The worst is behind me, so pretty thankful for that. No more white freaky suit, so that's good. Anyhow, I'll talk to you soon. Go well. All right, guys, ready to rock and roll with the undercoat on this barn door, that barn door, and I'm going to help Steve out and undercoat that box section, which I did, which covers some water pipes for the radiators. And this room's going to have to be fully painted too, but I'm not sure whether I'm tasked with that job. So anyway, we'll get on to the undercoat of the doors first and the box section and go from there. So everyone, that's it. Barn door project from my perspective, or what I'm required to do, is now complete. I've undercoated both doors. That's all I was required to do. Obviously the stain isn't happening, as you would have figured out and as I probably previously mentioned. Not my decision, but that's what I've been instructed to do. So that's what we did. The paint, or the top coats of paint for the doors, has been ordered. It will be coming next week, but I don't think I'll be doing it. So anyway, let's have a quick look outside. Just raise up this beautiful old hardware, the drop bolt. Slide the door across. I'll just get my tea. And yeah, the doors, we made the doors a lot easier to slide. We put some grease in the roller wheels on that top rail on both of them. But yeah, nothing's changed out here since last week, or since, sorry, the other day. They've just been lightly sanded back. The decision for the finish on the external side of these barn doors has not been made yet. And as it's not my decision, and as it's not also a priority at the moment, I don't think it will happen anytime soon, but the inside is the priority for now. So I think the focus will be on the inside. So the paint will be ordered, it has been ordered, it will be here next week, but I won't be here for that, which means I will be making a wee little announcement. You'll have to stick around though, because I'm not going to reveal all now, but it will be exciting, I can promise you that. So yeah, you'll have to stay tuned for further or future videos so you can find out all about that. So otherwise, barn door project complete. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little series, and yeah, we'll talk to you in the next one. Go well.